What up, world? This is your boy, Will West the Best, and we are here for another episode of Men vs. Truth vs. Women. I want to thank everybody for tuning in for my podcast. I appreciate everybody supporting me in regards to my journey with this podcasting. And today we have an interesting topic, and I just want to start off by welcoming my amazing guest that I have. I'm going to start we're going to start ladies first, and then we're going to go around. So we're going to start with this young lady. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, you guys? It's Ariel, aka Ariel Underwood. You know what's going on.
Hey guys, it's Alexis Scratch Eats, or aka Peach Cat.
Yo, she did do it, right? She did.
Yo, this is Jay.
Cousin.
Guys, let's say less, louder sound studio. What's that?
Tone.
gotta put the hashtag out there. Tone.
Queen City Realers Fish Company. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Tone 420. You know what I'm saying? Look me up.
All right, I just want to thank everybody for being here today. Today every week or every time I do my podcast, I cover a key topic, something that's going on, something that's relatable, something that we do in everyday life. So today's episode, we're gonna have these amazing women going against these amazing men about a topic that we have something to do with. We got Teamnokids versus Teamkids. So my men will represent the Teamkids. My women, we got fathers. It's a whole proud father. It's a whole list of fathers.
Yeah.
So and then we go with the ladies that don't got kids, but they living their best life and they doing what they want to do. So
don't like that might be in my future.
I mean, no, I'm just saying. I'm just speaking, saying that y'all ain't got no kids. That's all I'm saying. So we go get to this. We go get it going. So my first question I got is for Teamnokids. Do you feel put on the back burner because of kids when you're in a relationship?
Want me to go first?
Go ahead.
I don't.
Why not?
I actually have never experienced that. I think with me not having children, it allows me to still have a jovialness about myself, where I'm able to like still turn up with the kids, and not anything from parents, but you know, kids love me. We turn up. I still go through the tubes at Discovery Zone and Chuck E. Cheese, and you know, so yeah, I've never felt like that.
I don't feel like it's a back burner because I feel like in a relationship or ones that I have experienced that have kids, like she said, I'm able to hang with the kids. We can have fun. I'm very open to that. I don't dislike kids. I just don't want my own. But I do feel more so put on the back burner by fathers or by men that want kids. Because as soon as I say I don't want kids, they're like, no, you're going to want to have my kid. No, I don't want kids.
Well, that's assumption. You can't do that with being a man. You can't assume that a woman wants to have your child. I'm gonna be the truth in regards to this too. So that's why I'm playing the mediator in here.
Right.
But
right. So it's more so like men putting.
But why don't you want kids?
Why don't I? Ooh, okay. That's a list.
Ronaldo. But why don't you want kids?
So I'm gonna give you like my two top reasons. My two top reasons that I personally don't want three. I'll do three because they're kind of intermingled. The first reason for me is my mental health.
Okay.
And I deal with a lot of things, and I feel like I would be doing a child a disservice if I'm in a depressive state for a couple months or however that may look, and I'm not able to adequately take care of you. That's with whether I'm a single mother or whether I'm with somebody. Like, I feel like that would be doing my child a disservice to put them in that position. Secondly, they expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
They expensive. They said, like, statistically speaking, they say that it takes at least to adequately raise a child and bring them up with the comforts and their needs, almost $500,000 to raise them until they're 18. Mm-hmm. I'm poor.
That was right.
I'm poor. I ain't got that kind of money.
Yeah.
And then the other one is that I come from a household where I was the accident. I'm an only child. My mother was 5 months pregnant when she found out she was having me.
Oh,
it was too late to do anything. Not that they would, but I grew up in that environment of I knew that this was not what my parents wanted, and my parents love me. But I also know how that looks for me, that my parents didn't expect me. And I don't want to do that to another child because I see too many examples of females that they don't need to have kids, but they also aren't honest with themselves and say, I don't want kids. So then the kid suffers.
So
And I don't want to do that.
The unexpected, did that kind of like affect you mentally? Period.
It did. Because it wasn't just that I was unexpected, it was that my parents didn't want kids for their own reasons. And I respect my parents' reasons for not wanting children, and I love them for knowing that it was a limitation that they had.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, when I really sit down and look at everything, like I said, it's just I don't want to put my child through that. I would rather be able to sit back and say, you know what, this isn't really for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like I'm missing anything by not having kids.
See, you know, that's really interesting that you said that, because like my aspect is a little bit different of why I chose not to have children. My parents were together a number of years before they actually had us. So I got to experience parents who traveled together, seen the world together, bought businesses together, did different stuff together. So when it came to them, their time having us, it was like the next chapter for them that they agreed on. I chose probably not to have kids because I wanted to live my life. Like I got to perform and go overseas and do different TV shows, and I knew that for me to fulfill myself as a woman would make me a better mother if I eventually wanted to become one. But I had to at least, you know, gain that. Yeah, I had at least gained that perspective for myself. But you know, the best kids are the ones you can take back home. So you know, it worked out all these years.
Let me pump you full of sugar and then drop you back off at your mama and daddy house.
Yeah,
Okay, don't drown.
I get you on
But
that.
I ain't gotta deal with it.
That's cool. I get you on that. But let me ask this question to the fathers.
Wait a minute, hold on. Before you ask that question, can I just say that I love how proud y'all are about being fathers and being in your children's lives?
Why the hell wouldn't you be proud to be a father?
I mean, that's a whole nother
That's
topic.
a whole
That's a whole nother
That's another
topic.
show. That's another show.
But I love how like proudly y'all are fathers and active fathers.
Okay, so I do got a question for you, gentlemen. Are there boundaries set for how much your partner lets you say when it comes to your kids? Do you have like certain boundaries dealing with somebody if you're involved with somebody?
So like you're saying, like outside of the BD situation, like you moved on, and this is where you at. This is what you're saying.
Yeah, you're involved now. You're involved with somebody different outside of your BM or.
I feel like it depends on what level you at with that person.
Boo-boo.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, of course, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning, you're going to be more reserved, you know what I'm saying, with even introducing your kids to them, you know what I'm saying? So, in the beginning, you be more reserved, and then, you know, you build up, and then you get to that point where you're at the level where, like, all right, you know what I'm saying, she going to be around my child, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This going to be this village, pretty much, you know what I mean?
So
I feel like it depends on the level you're at. If it's you in the beginning stages, yeah, it's boundaries. But
Yeah, it gotta
once
be
you
that.
get to
Yeah,
a
it's
certain
gotta be.
point, then it shouldn't be no boundaries.
Ooh.
See, and I feel like that's too late.
I think
Because
it
I was
should be
the
all
kid
communication.
and the adult at the same time. So seeing it as a kid, it's like, man, I wish this bitch would touch me for wrong with you.
Right.
I'm being all the way honest with you. Like,
Right.
she ain't my mama.
Right.
Don't let her touch me like this. What is we talking about?
Right.
But then at the same time, once I grew my own relationship with this woman, my own relationship, and my people was able to kind of step back and see that a little bit. Like, damn, he might be talking to her a little bit more than he talking to me now. Like, the hell going on? But it's like, shit, I built my own relationship, so now I know where our boundaries are.
That's the part
You know
right
what I
there.
mean?
That's the part is the boundaries. Because even as a woman who's been in more relationships with children than not, I haven't had to experience too many issues because my first thing when I go into a relationship with a man with kids is the kids.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's all that
And
matters.
with my partner, this be the part for me. With my partner, I need you to have a certain respect for your baby mama even to deal with it.
Absolutely.
for sure.
Because if y'all already are on rocky terms, me and her ain't never gonna have a chance.
Right, true.
So then in
'Cause I'm
turn,
always
me
the
and
evil
you never
person.
gonna have a chance because it's
That's true.
always gonna be this
Right.
you know, this
Right.
static that's kind of around. So
So when it comes to like you just brought up the BMs, we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it at BM. So when it comes to the BM situations, when you're involved, this is for the fathers. So
For the full.
shout out to my fathers back there as well.
What's up, Dad gang? What's up, Dad gang? Shout out, Dad gang. What's up with it? You know what I mean?
So my thing is, when it comes to those situations, when you're dealing with a new situation with a new person, how do you present those boundaries with the BM, with her, and like being involved, like letting your BM know, like, hey, I've moved on, I've got a new person involved, and she's allowed to say certain things, like, you know what I'm saying, like she's able to, I ain't gonna say discipline,
Address things.
but address things. How do you approach those situations?
It depends on how she approaches it, right? And what I mean by that is like, all right, well, shit, if your first thing is to chastise my kid, you packed up. You need to come holler at Big Dog. Fuck is we talking about? Your son did this. Your son did that. All right, let me handle it how I handle it. You observe how I handle it, and then we can move on from there.
100%.
You feel me? Like, it's simple. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be more of a parent than that parent is to that kid.
And you just gotta be willing to learn with each other too.
Yeah, because I mean, all of it is a learning experience, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, our parents, you know, they did what they did, but we ain't our parents. You know what I'm saying? We did what we did.
We just talked about it's a new generation.
We live a
Definitely
different
new
life
generation.
than our parents did. You know what I'm saying? We come up in a different way than our parents. So, you know what I'm saying? I learned from my parents. You know what I'm saying? It was like a mold. And then I grew from that. You know what I'm saying? I got multiple kids, so I grew from that. I got a 17-year-old, so I grew with her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything grow. It's all everything, even still to this day. I'm learning.
You still learning.
You know what I'm saying about how to be a better father or just a better person in general.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna say I'm gonna say this too. Me being a father as well, you learn every day. Being a father, due to the fact that you have to learn to adjust to the child, to the things that they're around, and to the people that they're around. So you learning to adjust every time being a father in regards of being a parent. So my next question is, and this is for the ladies, when it comes to, let's say for example, this is gonna be an example. We're gonna do an example.
All right, come on.
So, say you're dating this gentleman.
Hello, Jenny.
He has children.
Okay.
Are you dating? Are your intentions to be a mother dating that gentleman? I know that made you cringe.
So,
Can those be
Strong
intentions?
word.
Can those be intentions?
so this.
Can those be
Wait,
intentions?
can I clarify something?
strong.
How many children are we talking about?
Yeah, you because children and children.
Well, let's start with one. We start with one.
We gotta think
Don't
about
put two, let's start with one.
We gotta understand the dice that we
Because I
roll.
appreciate my woman for doing what she doing.
Because
Let's
you
start
got a
with one.
certain amount, we ain't going past. Okay, how you doing?
Because you know,
Let's just go. All right, this man has a child,
a child. Okay.
and you're dating him. You know he has a child. Now, are your intentions to be a parent?
You saying he a single father?
He's a single father.
That's what you
But is the baby mama there?
We'll say she ain't.
Oh, okay.
We'll say she's deceased or something. You know what I mean? So
Oh.
we'll say
Single father.
we'll go that
Single father.
We'll go that route. Big on that boat.
That's a wild card.
That's a wild card.
Up, man.
So, but like you're dating this, you're dating this young man, and then it's really for both ways. So you're dating somebody, and they have a child. Are your intentions to be a parent in their role, in their lifestyle, in their life, the child's life? Can your intentions? I'm gonna say it like that. That's a little better. Can your intentions to be a parent to that child?
So for me, I'll speak for myself. If I'm dating someone, my first intention is to figure out if you're gonna last, because I don't know.
Why is it just that short?
I don't know if, because this is the
I
thing.
get the vibes that you blink and shit just click off.
I'm one of them people who, like, you know, if I don't like how you talk to your kid, I can't really help you get from that. That's kind of like how you are. So I have to make the decision for myself. Is this a battle that I want to fight? Because I could really like you, but I could feel like you're abusing your child, and you could feel like this is the way my mama raised me. So that has to be a time when I gotta walk away from it.
Right.
So I'm gonna go in to be a good adult. I'm gonna go in to be a genuine person. I'm gonna go in to be someone who wants to treat people how I want to be treated. And if that don't really correlate with you, then I gotta walk away.
Okay.
Like I'm big on like trying to understand and trying to be as relatable to people's situations as possible, so I can have empathy for them. But your happiness is first. So
I'm gonna say this because you said trying to understand somebody. You ain't gonna always understand nobody.
No,
Sometimes no, I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna elaborate on that. So sometimes when you're trying to understand somebody, you think that you may know them, but then they flip a script on you one day and you just ain't knowing where this coming from. So I don't ever say I'm trying to understand where somebody's coming from.
well, that's why I also added in empathy, because the fact is, I'm not trying to understand you to be you. I'm trying to understand you to know if you can stay here with me.
Which requires me to understand your mind frame and your
100%.
thinking. Like I need to
How do you
understand
spend money?
the process.
How do you take care of your bills? I gotta understand your process. I gotta understand your process with your baby mom. I gotta understand the process with your kids. Like that's what I mean by understanding, because there's characteristics of people that I can't work with. And if I get an understanding of that, I know for sure, like, oh well, you know, we cool, but I can't be with you.
So I'm gonna go to the fellas real quick. So it's a similar situation. You're dating, you got kids, of course. She's got kids. And y'all long term. I'm extend it a little bit. Y'all been rocking for a while. Are your intentions to be a father to their child?
No, you don't.
You're not replacing nobody, remember.
Nah, in my opinion, you don't go into anything intending nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can intend something, that's how you get your heart broke. You know what I'm saying? You don't intend nothing. You go in there and you work it. You see how it go. You know what I'm saying? You kind of play it how it go. You know what I'm saying? If it end up happening like that, then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Cause I know my situation. So you know what I'm saying? It happened like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I ain't go in there intended, because you know what I'm saying. She ain't know her father, so I ain't going there intended to be her father.
Yeah, that.
It happened.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was a father to her sister. You know what I'm
Being a
saying?
good person.
Yeah, you know
So I think if you go in there intentionally, that's when you're gonna get your heart broken.
That's true.
You're gonna be sorry. You're gonna because you know what I'm saying. That's still somebody else's child. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you just gotta build respect first.
Yeah,
You going there trying to
you
be a
gotta
good
build
person
it.
first.
I definitely feel like the
Right.
respect is
Be a
big
good
thing.
person first. Like I'm
Yeah.
cool. What's up?
But I think,
Like,
but I think that at the same time though, what we were talking about before we started though, is going into a situation. I don't need to meet your kids up front.
Oh, no, I don't.
I don't like. I'm completely.
Please, I'm going to the movies on
That was,
Saturday.
stop. Hold on, everybody stop. Let's stop right here. That was my next question. When is the appropriate time to introduce your kids to your new significant other?
When you feel comfortable.
When
I feel comfortable sleeping around you, fool. If I don't trust you, fool, how am I gonna trust your kids? Your kids ain't gonna trust me.
Right, it's all
I
right.
feel
When you
uneasy.
comfortable.
Nah, we not about to do that. Nah.
Like, y'all acting
When you
weird.
feel comfortable. Like, yeah, what's going
Weird
on?
me.
Motherfuckers walking in and out the house.
Yeah.
All the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
But
different.
you know
you gotta
what?
feel calm. You gotta see what's going on first. That's why I say
I
I'm
feel like
going there
so-
with intentions.
And I'm gonna say this. I feel like it depends on the surrounding situation too. It
Okay.
feels like when I say surroundings, I mean like the stability in the household.
Yeah.
That's a major factor for dealing with. What you got to say? Because I'm ready.
He just turned into a whole meme.
Look, the more stable I am, the more cautious I am. Because guess what? The more stable I am, you feel like you come move in my shit. You come out of here, this little Ray Ray little day. Nah, hell nah, it ain't.
Next thing you know, they're with her every day.
Come on.
Every day.
Yeah, right. Nah, we not doing that.
Okay, can we have a moment for the long, slow blink on that?
I'm just.
Hey, all right.
And that hit my soul.
My toe.
You felt that question, man. You felt that.
Hey.
That's a tough one, though.
It's
I'm
hard to
gonna
break
be
foundation.
honest with you.
It is.
Especially when ain't nobody got none.
Yeah, that's
Alright,
true.
real.
So my next question, this is for the ladies. This is gonna be an interesting question. Do you feel like you would be a good parent?
No.
Just off top, no.
I'm selfish. I can be very self-centered. When I'm ready to pick up and leave and go out of town, I don't want to have to play shoot. My parents ain't watching you. So I don't have that many people. I have a village that I know if I did have a child would watch them, but it's also not your responsibility. I also love my sleep. I don't feel like waking up every 3 hours and changing your diapers. These are all things that I have thought about. I love my sleep. I don't want to, first of all, I am bougie and have expensive food taste. So I know I'm going to pass that down to you. I ain't got that kind of grocery bill money.
See? But what if financially you are stable and you got all these things and
it's still a no.
It's still enough.
See, me, I think I know I would be a great mom. I know I would be a great mom. My whole ploy on not being a mom is just having the right partner. And it had always been about having the right partner for me. I know how I like to live, and I have to make sure that the bag is secure for my child too. It's just that if I can't let my children live how I live, my parents were together for 31 years. If I can't give my kids that, then I don't want it. And I help all y'all kids and they got it. Well, guess what? Come spend the night over my house, baby.
Man.
Come to the crib.
Come to the But and that's what we were talking about. Again, that's what we were talking about.
You said you're gonna be a wife.
Yeah. Real talk. That's the criteria is to be a wife, because no shade to any baby mama. No shade to any baby mama. It's a certain respect that I need that is too fought for in that relationship that I'm not willing to. I don't want to go through that.
And like we said before we started, if I don't like you enough to deal with you, like if I don't love you enough to deal with you on our own and I want to marry you, why am I going to do 18 mandatory years with your ass?
And that's the thing about people being together before they had kids. My friends would tell me all the time, "You're so corny, you always talk about getting married, but at least I know if me and you work out. I'd rather find out that we don't work out why it's just us than us got a baby, and I still got to see your ugly ass every week."
You still got to deal with my shit.
Yup.
You still got to deal with my shit.
I still got to deal with you. Just trying to cut your losses. We doing it everything else in life.
So I'm gonna ask the fellas this question: When it comes to dealing with certain women, do you give them restrictions of what they do with your children?
No, man. I mean,
Man, don't get your punk ass packed up. Man, put a curl on his head, come up with.
I ain't gonna even lie, they don't play about them kids, man.
I'm a fall for
man. Well, them kids.
I don't even want to mess with you if you don't play about your kids.
Okay, so
I gotta have a certain type of respect for you and how you treat your child and how you treat the mother of the. You ain't gotta like her, but you gotta at least deal with her with some modicum of respect and take care of your child. I hate this. He's she keep me from him. Oh, she called the police. Do you know you can go down to the courthouse and there are things that you can do and steps you can take to make sure you're in your child's life. If you're not doing everything to the utmost of your ability, I don't feel like there's anything for us to talk about, because in the case that I did get pregnant, I don't personally believe in abortion. That's just me. So that means that I have to have this child now with you. I need to see how you treat your other children or child to know how you're gonna treat mine.
What if you don't have kids?
Huh?
What if he ain't got
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. If you don't got kids and I don't got kids, that's a beautiful thing.
Is it beauty or can it be a lack of experience?
Inconvenience.
Yeah, especially in the
It could be
situation
that.
you
He
in.
could be living his life the same way I do.
Yeah,
It could be
but
doing
it's
something-
also but for
Okay, so hold on.
Like,
All right, hold on, y'all. So we had a comment from a gentleman. Shout out to B. He made a comment on the
What's up,
post.
B?
And
what's up, B?
he said basically the kids may have an active father and they may not be that, but that may not be my intention, or building a foundation and trust from the mother for you to be in her kid's life for the long term. But everything is built from relationship both of you have, and when the time is right, then the man and the woman can meet the child. So I guess he was
I see
speaking
what
of
you're
the
saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
he was speaking,
And that-
speaking
and
So
of-
what if he already got an active father?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like and
two parents is better than one.
Yeah. For
Like,
sure.
four is even better.
Four is
Like,
even
Yeah.
You gotta be that sticky too. Because if that man is a active father in that kid's life and you come across, it's like shit, you gotta follow protocol too, bro.
Absolutely.
And it's your intentions, because
Absolutely.
I'll give it to you. You have people that come in relationships like, I ain't got no kids, but I'm gonna show you how to raise your kids, and I got every answer. Like it's really about. That's why taking the time to meet somebody is so important, even before you have a shorty. Because I know in my situation, it's like you want to be there for children, you want to be there, you want to help them as much as you can. But like he said, if you and the baby mama don't have a relationship, it's, you know, you can have a woman who constantly telling her kid, like, you ain't gotta listen to that bitch. You ain't gotta listen to her. That ain't your mama. Like, you know, different situations like that. So it's just, I don't know.
But if a nigga doing that, that's some complete bullshit. Because you undermining the whole reason we even sitting right here. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
what the fuck is we doing?
It's a village. You know what I'm saying? On my end, it's a village. You know what I'm saying? We all raising these kids. At the end of the day, the best interest is the kids.
Right. And y'all intentions is to raise successful people.
Whether I'm in a relationship or not, you know what I'm saying? Them kids gonna get raised, and they gonna get raised right. You know what I'm saying? With the village there, you know what I'm saying? I created, whether it's baby mamas, ex-girlfriends, new girlfriends, whatever.
Right.
Them kids is a standard, and you don't hit that standard, then you know what I'm saying?
up.
Yeah.
So we go.
You like packing them up, don't you?
Like, listen,
He's shipping out. He got a whole bag by the door. I'm gonna drop all this shit in this bag.
Wait a minute. Hold
But
on.
that's
Wait
what
a minute.
happens
Wait a minute.
when you can
Wait a
take
minute.
care of yourself.
Wait a minute. Can we just
That's
can we
just
take
how
a
it is.
step back?
what's up?
Why we gotta pack them up? Cause you ain't never moved in. You was outside
No.
the door.
You, before we even get to that point, put that back in the box and take it back where we got it from.
Thank
'Cause
you.
You ain't about to bring that in the house.
Thank you.
You ain't about to bring that around. Pack it up. Feel me?
But
I'm
that's
just
the
saying.
you know what? That's the shitty part about being people who don't have children, because you have to choose from people who have made it a norm of packing it up.
Yes.
And it's just like, damn.
The overnight bag.
Like,
The overnight
No,
bag.
can you
The
explain
lunches.
what you mean by that?
The
Because
Capri
that
Sun.
has
It's the
nothing
other
to
way
do with me having
around,
kids.
though. I think it's
I have a very, very
easier
short-
the other
I
way
have-
around.
Go ahead.
I think
I have a-
I think it's
sorry.
the other way around. I think it's easier for the woman that don't have kids with a man that kids to pack her.
For sure.
She gonna be like, fuck it.
For
All right,
sure.
But then you gotta think about it.
She gonna be like, fuck it, all right.
A woman's natural abilities is that to nurture. So when you allow yourself to open up to not just a man, but also this man sees, sometimes it does make it harder. I went through a couple of years in my life where I didn't even date men with kids. Like, oh, you got kids? Can't do it. You can't do it. Like, it's just it was just certain things where
It's a
just
dub.
ship it out.
First question though.
Yeah, that's like it ain't even the first. Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
You got kids?
Not even you got kids. How many kids you
Hey,
got?
wait a minute. Can we talk about like literally that question?
Verbiage.
I don't even ask how many. Oh, you don't have. Where I rarely say that, but when people talk to me, I'll be 31 at the end of this month, and people are like, "Oh, you ain't."
You a baby.
Hey, shut up.
My bad.
Ain't nobody asked you that. I know I'm probably the youngest person at the
Yeah, you
table,
still got time.
but I don't want the time. But what we talking about right now, I don't want that time.
But you don't even know if them ovaries gonna move a little bit, and you could be like, well, I don't think I want more.
I'm sorry, but even hold on,
wait.
That shit right there, hold on. Because Janet Jackson already let y'all know I can whoop for butter out this oven at 51 years old.
Yeah.
Stop playing with
Yeah,
me. Eve,
You
stop
feel what I'm
playing
saying?
with me. Like, and it's about the way you take care of yourself. Like,
Yes.
that's the thing about women. If women take care of themselves, like, you don't really have, it really is up to you. It's your option.
It's
It's the same way with y'all. Y'all be having kids at 89. Like, I got a 3-year-old. I'm about to be 92 next
so
year.
this is my thing. This is my thing, and I'm gonna get back to the. I'm gonna get to the. You're right. Let me in. All right, yeah, you're right.
I met her at the gym.
So I was working out. I was with Tommy and her, and I seen her. She came over,
Tommy.
spoke.
Yeah,
My ball slipped out.
So, but my thing, I'm gonna be the truth again in this moment. It's always a woman's choice. Always. I'm not.
For sure.
I'm not gonna say it ain't, because we have all these options of using protection. We don't make the right choices half the time, but the woman is the one that's birthing the child.
So is that the
What
same
you
thing as
mean?
you saying that a woman who has a baby with a man who don't want to have a baby with her, it's her choice to keep the baby?
No.
That's
She
what
has
I'm
a
trying to
choice.
get. That's what I'm
She has a
trying
choice. If she don't want
She
to keep the
gotta
baby,
choose
she can
what?
get rid of it. I'm just gonna say that.
Nah, that's tough, man.
That's
I'm gonna say
real.
that.
That's real.
Nah,
It is real though.
I mean,
It's
it's
real.
real. It's real
That's what I'm
because
saying.
at the end of the day,
It's not
if
a
she
great
up-
choice.
If she up and decided to move to Kansas tomorrow and you didn't know it, and
Can't
she
do nothing.
And
she
she
got
got
better
that
had
baby.
it or didn't.
You
We don't
So
even
she
know.
can come back
It's
10
her
years and
choice.
yoke you up.
Yeah.
Like that's the part for me.
That's true too.
Who it was a ball player that happened to him. I can't think of who it was, but the lady came back around. At least he was like 12, and said, "Hey, we had a baby." He knew nothing. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
He should have hot sauced it like Drake.
I don't know this young man.
I
don't know this young man. Who's this young man? I don't know this young man.
That's what chocolate head is getting.
Yeah.
So, but all I'm saying is, you have to learn. You have to make a right choice at a certain point in time.
Right.
You have to make that right choice. So my next question is, it's gonna be for the fellas.
The father.
The
Fathers.
So let me go to the fall. So, is there a point in time, or is there any restrictions when it comes to discipline for your significant other, if you allow them to do it?
It's a communication thing. You gotta be on one accord. Everything gotta be somewhere. Y'all gotta have an understanding somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me personally, I don't whip my kids. So, you know what I'm saying? They scared of my voice. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what's scary.
You one of them daddies.
Yeah,
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
my daddy can still call me by my first name. I don't even live with you, sir.
That's a
Why do
fact.
I still
I
have
don't
this feeling?
want my kids.
That's a fact.
My son is terrified. I yell at him once and then he has a breakdown. So I understand what he means.
That was one thing I got my ass whooped growing up. That was one thing I stood on. I never touched my kid. Cause that shit ain't work.
It depends on the kid.
You keep getting your ass whooped, that mean that shit ain't work.
Now, hold on, I don't know about that right there, though.
You keep getting
I don't
your
know
ass
about
whooped,
that right
it's
there.
not working.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey,
I'm
Tom, you're a different
rock
breed.
hand
We
kids,
gotta start.
like-
Hold on.
Man,
Hey, hold on, everybody.
the
Hold on,
kitchen
everybody.
board, the broom.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on, everybody.
That shit worked for me. I stopped getting my ass
Wait.
whooped.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this.
I stopped getting my
I'm gonna
ass
say it.
whooped.
That nigga was different when he did it.
Yeah, I was
So that's a different ball game. So.
What's different? Oh, you was one of them rock hand
Yeah,
kids.
the bad kid that was downtown. Yeah, he was one of them.
I was one of those too, my boy.
He was.
Yeah,
Tom
so you want
was
the trunk.
definitely
You don't
one.
want to act up in his backseat, get in the trunk.
Them motherfuckers were, I mean, they worked. I ain't gonna say, they weren't working when I was at that age, but then I was like, damn, that's why that's with my ass. They trying to get my shit right.
They was trying to tune me up.
I had to tune you in real quick.
Yeah, I was tripping, like, you know what I'm
But
saying?
back to what I'm saying is like, we go get to what is it something she can't do to your child?
Well, I put it like this, man. Like, it all depends on how our relationship grows. If we grow to the point to where, all right, you know me, I know you, hey, to the point to where then, I know your daddy wouldn't like that, bro. Come here, little bro, let me holler at you. You tripping. Nigga, you just tripping, my boy. You need to sit.
Yeah, I'm
You need
gonna
to
tell
park
you,
it.
like, you know, if I
You know
tell
what
your
I'm saying?
daddy, he gonna trip.
Right.
And
So
but that's
that's
knowing your
what-
personnel as well.
Yeah.
And hopefully you're not a female to mess with a man to not be able to have control of his kids.
Can I just say that's one of the biggest things that I have experienced that kind of turned me off to messing with people. I mean, I will deal with somebody that has a child. 2 is my limit.
Hold on, well, you just changed.
No.
Since it started.
I said I don't want to be a mother.
Yeah.
Okay, that's totally different.
Yeah.
I said I don't want to. Somebody
All
push
right,
my
I give you that. I give you that. I give you that. I tried to catch her slipping. I tried to catch her slipping, but I missed it. So
Said I don't want to be a mother, but if I can, depending on, I think everything is circumstantial and situational. If I meet somebody and I also see that you have a good relationship with your kids, the mother of your child is involved, everybody has a great relationship, and I semi like your kids, like I don't like badass kids. Like I know how I
So
was.
hold on, what's your definition of badass kid?
If you disrespectful, if you feel like you can fly off the handle, if you say, I hate when kids talk back to their parents, and I understand there's gentle parenting.
Well, at 5 and 4, these
Nah,
young
not
niggas
that.
they don't, yeah, that age, they don't-
Nah, because wait a minute, because here's what I'm gonna tell you. My mother always there. I don't agree with everything parenting wise that my parents did, but my mother and father will tell you that if you start a child from an early age, they know what they can and cannot do.
That's true.
I knew my mother went to bed at 7:30 when she was pregnant, so I would have a bedtime of 7:30 when I came out. My bedtime was 7.
That's a serious trait.
You've been going to sleep.
Everybody going to sleep.
The whole house shut down at 7:30.
Wait a minute, y'all. I can call my mother right now, and she will say yes. We had our routine. I went to bed.
That's
we had
good
her
shit,
lullaby.
It's real.
kids know what they can and cannot do when you instill certain things in them.
100%.
And so for me,
Yeah,
if
Troy
you-
said I don't play about talking bad.
at all.
Oh yeah.
My
'Cause
boy,
I-
Troy boy, my boy, what's up?
I'm not
my
like
brother?
I don't play with that. Like when I'm sitting here and I listen to some of my friends' kids, it's like y'all be.
Man, now that's
But
real.
look,
Let me go sit in the corner
That's
because
real.
I'm about to hem you up real quick.
That's
but look,
real.
that's
real.
that's
Man.
almost what we were talking about before we had started. Like both of us come from like foundational
Yes.
backgrounds. Like
Yes.
I was
Yeah,
raised
people
with a
grew up
mama and a
different,
daddy.
yeah.
My parents
It's
were
true.
married.
Different.
Always got the same mom and
So,
daddy. Like
We-
You,
people
your
grew up
parents,
different.
your
That's
parents,
real. That's
her parents
real.
were
I
married
grew
for
up
30.
getting yelled at.
And then
Yeah.
I grew up getting my ass beat.
Her parents were married for 32 years. My parents just celebrated 31 years in
Congratulations,
January.
man. Black love.
Shout out
And
to
so,
Black Love.
like,
man.
having
black.
Man, so having no, and then they have friends that were married and are still
Right.
married. So growing up in that type of situation, it was real life a village, and like all of us grew up together. But we also knew we wasn't Aunt Carolyn. You ain't getting nothing over on her because she gonna beat you before you get to
Right.
mama's house, and
Right.
then mama gonna beat you.
Because it was an accountability, and it was more than one person who was able to give you that accountability.
Yes.
See, I ain't gonna
Where
lie
you
to
meet
you.
a whole bunch of little kids, the
That
kids that I
village, I was
was
saying.
in, your mama, you talk to your mama like that because your mama talked to your grandma like that, who talked to her mama like that. Like it's just,
I probably was
It's
very
like-
fortunate
village.
because I had
That village.
my
I was
parents.
talking
Were,
about.
my parents were together
Village.
since I was 2. Like, so I ain't. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you some real shit. I ain't never seen my parents in the same room without arguing until my son's baby shower. I was 26 when I had him. I ain't never seen them in the same room without being like a judge is in the middle of it or some type of legal where it was, man, I'm talking about anxiety, palms sweaty, knees weak, arms is heavy. You know what I'm saying? Kind of real shit. So I'm like, man, bro, I didn't know how to really like kind of digest that shit. So
Right.
coming from that, I understand what y'all saying. So I spent a lot of time with my grandparents. I was raised a lot of OGs
Yeah.
who would smoke your
Yeah.
motherfucking boots.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
acting crazy, like what?
That-
R.I.P. to my grandmother, R.I.P. to
Ain't
my
playing.
granddad. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They not playing with
Ain't
you, like.
playing with you.
Yeah.
So
Shit around
that
there,
same
yeah.
level of respect, I don't really think that comes from like just a lineage of
accountability.
accountability, like a lineage.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like your parents,
100%.
y'all parents figured out that, hey, this is somebody who share the same values as me,
Yes.
the same principles as me.
Yes.
We can move forward. So no matter how break up, split up,
Yeah, I know we gonna be
you know what time it
Yeah,
is.
you-
So let me ask the fathers again. So
It's the fault.
It's the flaw.
so do you think parenting has gotten soft?
Damn, boy. Boy, you my boy
Hey,
small.
like I just told you, I don't even whoop my kids. So.
Yeah.
And I don't want my son either.
You know, for what?
I think he can hear the pain in my voice, like, boy,
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him.
So
I would have got my ass kicked for that, boy.
This is the thing about whoopings. When I first got in my relationship I'm in now,
That's a good point,
I
Troy.
actually
I'm
had
gonna bring that up in a second.
conversations with my fiance about that with the kids. Because there used to be times where I used to be like, oh my God, he's acting up. Like,
So your fiance has kids.
yes.
Okay.
Like, what should I say? Like, you know, but they don't. I had to get comfortable. Like, he would be saying stuff like, bruh, like, it's okay. But he had to I had to show him that, again, I was there to, one, okay, you're a mature adult. Like, it ain't like you're trying to chastise my kids. It ain't like you're going to try to put my kids in danger. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's just,
Especially
at
that's
that point.
still, it's
That
just
part.
still touchy.
That part for me is the one thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is where you say you're not going to put my child in danger. I know that you love my child. I know that you have their best interests at heart. So if you
Right.
were to chastise them, it's out of love, and I also trust you enough that you're saying something that's not going to harm them. It's for their betterment.
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of people miss that part right there, and they just
That's a
jump
fact.
straight to.
That's a big fact.
Right.
They just jump straight to, you know, oh well, your kid did this, so I did this.
Right.
Like no.
How petty is your grown ass?
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. So Bees just said something real. I don't know about got soft, but I think it has changed for sure. Old school parenting, it was way different than new school parenting.
And it doesn't
For
mean that
sure.
always works.
Same intentions minus the weapons. That's really what
For
it is.
sure. For
Same-
sure.
Okay.
Same
Intentions.
intentions minus.
I
the
like
weapons.
that.
Yeah, so I feel
I
like
like
And
that.
I think, you know what I'm saying, when we was growing up, we was being raised in a different time.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I was about to say
We was
that.
being raised we had different, you know what I'm saying, elements that was holding us
Yeah.
down. Like now what's holding me, it's a lot of shit, different shit that, I ain't gonna say holding them down, but it's a lot of shit to turn.
Yeah.
That's
You know
real.
what I'm saying? It's
Because
about
we had
fraternity.
anonymity. We didn't have the internet.
Right.
So,
We
bro,
have all that
you
shit.
was able to fool without nobody putting you
You
on
had to go
YouTube,
outside.
bro.
You had to go
And
outside.
you had to listen to the people that were around you with the information.
Facts.
You got kids that's
Facts.
like, nah, mama, you wrong because Google said.
Yeah.
You had to be.
Yeah.
You had
I'm
to
gonna
say,
choke you the
"Word."
fuck out. I'm gonna choke you out because you trying to correct me. So hold on, I'm gonna say this. Tone said something real early before we got here. Tone said the difference now is that we had OGs. OGs taught us a lot. We
Yeah.
listened. We listened to
That
OGs.
village.
That was our village. That was
You
our
could-
core.
It could be a nigga.
Our knowledge came from our OGs. That's the only thing we knew.
It could be you could be running around in the neighborhood doing some
Somebody
bullshit.
might pop
3
your ass.
streets over.
It's somebody. Yeah.
Miss Karen gonna see you.
You get
She
back in
gonna
the
pop
house, you
you.
got
But
your ass. You
that's
trying to figure
that's
out.
because
Yeah.
Miss Karen Carey, y'all gotta think now.
Yeah.
It ain't a whole lot of Miss Karens because everybody grandma 36.
Miss.
Wait
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
They ain't even calling them grandma no more.
It's me.
Mama, Gigi.
Grandma.
You feel me?
Wait a
No, they
minute.
don't even use the word grandma.
At all.
Grandma.
Glam.
Oh, Lord.
Glam,
Right.
yes.
I bet not hear this shit.
Yes.
I bet not hear this.
Yes.
I bet not hear
So
that
that's the
shit.
element that we kind of missing too. Like we had OGs, and then by the time we got to 21, 22, 25, our OGs was locked up.
No,
And they just now
Yeah.
getting out when our kids is 12, 13, 14, 15. So it was a whole gap of this foundation that you might not got at home, but you got in the streets that a lot of kids didn't get. And the Karens are still, I mean, you know, what you say?
Yeah, it's like Miss Karen from
Yeah.
around the street.
They're
Miss
so
Karen
they're
from
so
around.
young. So
No,
they
no,
don't
no.
know
Let me say this though. Wasn't not always somebody on the porch.
Always.
Always.
Absolutely.
Somebody was on the porch.
It wasn't a ring
Didn't
light.
So my boy Earl just said a village is missing.
Right.
Village. That's what I was
Okay.
saying.
Parenting, and then hold on, he said parenting has changed, but each style of parenting has its pros and cons.
I agree with that.
The trauma of parenting has
Very
pros and cons, just like gentle parenting does. So
That was
I
very
agree.
poignant. That was very
Yeah.
poignant. We just did a mental health mixer at Arts OTA last week. Shout out Arts OTA.
Shout out to Arts.
2141 Central Avenue. Anyway, shameless plug. I had to do that. But we had a mental health mixer down there, and we was talking about the trauma of like just our past and how so much pain and trauma is passed on down to us just hereditarily. Like not even through anything you saw, through anything you. It's just, bro. It's naturally in your veins, bro. Like so for us, we have to be very careful, very careful about being people who accept vibrations very distinctively, about people who understand empathy differently, about people who understand just different walks of life. We have to be very proactive about how we approach our young boys and girls about just even parenting, just even how we arc in this, man, you know what I'm saying?
It's just full of sensitivity.
But I think that the other thing with that is that that's very, very accurate that we have those traumas instilled in us. But again, as we just said, your great grandma only 40.
For sure.
And so you don't
Great
have
grandma. We didn't even say grandma.
Your great grandma's 55. Like what?
I know somebody where 4 generations of women had babies between the ages of 14 and 18. Like at the time,
Jesus.
the mama and the daughter and the grandma was pregnant at the same time. The 2 sisters was pregnant at the same time. The older sister and the youngest sister was pregnant.
So the auntie is
the
the
daughter,
same age.
the daughter of one of the sisters and another auntie was pregnant at the same time. Like it's just, it's.
You said when you said the
Hold on,
grandma and the
whoa,
daughter.
you gotta break that down.
The grandma
You said the
different.
grandma.
But think about it
And
like
the dog.
this.
Different.
That's how it was going on back when we were our
Now you
grandma.
right though. You right though.
Yeah,
Right, though.
But
grandpa.
the difference about it was it was
Hey, that's a great
accountability.
question.
Yeah.
It was always somebody that was telling one of them black men, you gotta go to work and take care of this
okay.
family, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. You gotta go to work and take care of both of your families that the other one don't know about and live 2 miles away.
That's why the post office was pumping so hard. That's how the post office was pumping. That job was securing 2 houses.
Wait a minute. Let me just say this. Let me just say this.
Yeah.
My
Hey, baby, I'm
my
not
grandmother
here
lives in Madisonville.
I'm working. I'm working late
My
today, baby. I
father's-
gotta take care of some bills.
His father's other family lived up Redback Road in Pleasant Ridge.
Okay.
Yeah, see.
So let me
Literally 2 miles away.
let me get to this question. This was a great question that was just asked. How can you determine what's bad parenting if you're only doing what you know or taught?
You don't. It don't. It ain't a skill. You know what I'm saying? I don't, in my opinion, it's not a skill. If you know what I'm saying? Because some people go through certain situations. Some people have mental issues, like she was saying. Some people just ain't.
I think mental illness is higher than what it was back in the day.
Absolutely.
Way
I
And
know,
undiagnosed.
we
back
just
then.
recognize
No,
it.
we recognize it.
undiagnosed.
We recognize it.
Higher awareness.
Higher awareness. Yeah,
awareness is way
not
higher.
not that it's more. It's higher awareness. Like
You
we,
can't put
our
parents on
generation,
the scale.
our generation is actually saying, I realize what's taking place. I need to get help. I need therapy. Back then, especially in the black community, they wasn't doing that. Like
We couldn't afford it.
Say you think it's something wrong with
We
you, to your
couldn't
parents,
afford
and
it
your
back
parents look
in
at
the
you
day.
like, bro, go to sleep.
Go take some.
Wait a minute.
Go
Wait
take,
a minute.
take
Wait a
some
minute.
Benadryl.
Go pray about it.
And Earl said,
Hold on.
Earl said bad parenting is subjective.
That's very true.
Just like
Yeah,
that.
And I will say this, so like even as a kid, as that kid, go sit your ass down, go lay your ass down. I know how that felt.
Yeah.
I know how that felt. So now I have a kid where it's like, man, nah. Hey, come here, man. What's wrong with you? Let's figure it out.
And that's why I was
Love
saying
that.
in the
Let's
beginning,
figure
like
it
it
out.
has to be about your intent. It has to be about your intent as an adult. I'm supposed to take my trauma and make it my responsibility to not put it on nobody else by being
Facts.
the
Perpetuator.
perpetuator of it.
Yeah.
Like I have to go
Big
in
word.
like
Big
boom.
word.
I think, well, you hear me? Shots fired. I gotta go in like, yo, I remember what it was like when a motherfucker
Yeah,
told me go upstairs in your room and
yeah.
shut up. Like,
Yeah.
damn, I gotta shut up.
Yeah, you
I
don't
just
even
want
want to
some
do that
ice cream,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, you
Like,
that's how I be. I don't want to do that shit. Like, I ain't gonna. I'm gonna come at it different. You know what I'm saying?
But like we were talking about earlier, I was telling her like my parents really prepared us as siblings to just know how we wanted to be treated as kids. Like they had us writing each other promissory notes when we was like 6, 7, and 8 years old. Like I want my $5 back, but it's just about that accountability.
Nah, that's real
like
shit.
it's that accountability. Like yo,
Real
you can't
business
treat me
lesson.
however you want to. Like
Real
and
business.
apologize.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
And mean it.
right.
Yeah. That's real.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna end this on a different note. I'm gonna give each gentleman their time to express their love for being a father.
I love that.
Where the tissue? Shout out to the
Express
black
my love.
fathers.
I ain't gonna. I can't. Can't nothing really express. You know what I'm saying? My love.
Well, I say, what's your joy of being a father? Let me
My
say
joy, man, when you walk in that room, you see that smile. Like, shit, this is my daddy. Daddy. That's all I hear all day. You know, daddy.
Yep.
Do this. Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this?
Can you
My
put
son-
the internet on my phone?
When my son tell his friends at school
Sick.
that his daddy can fix anything, because I fixed this Xbox. He said, my daddy can fix anything. He can fix your Xbox. I got kids called. Hey
Charles, what did you do? Daddy calls it about the kids.
Right.
Right.
So, Just, what's your
Something like
joy? What's your joy being a parent?
I guess just, at some point, from start, you seeing something that you created grow. That's just one. For two, just being able to see and understand and have the empathy that you don't have to grow the same way I did. Right? So, and I'm enjoying that journey of being like, nah, hell nah, we not about to do that. Or, nah, we got to do this. You know what I'm saying? Or, I think that's just the biggest joy for me. It's just, seeing somebody grow and knowing that at the end of the day, like,
Somebody asked how much you charge to fix an Xbox.
And it ain't for the kid.
I see
Not
you,
for the
I see
kid.
you, I see you, Vince.
that's real big. But,
All right, so
just seeing my kid grow up, man.
yeah,
That's
man.
it.
that's
Okay,
it.
I understand. I'm gonna be the last one to go. So, ladies, what is one of your joys of not having children besides freedom?
Mine is the freedom.
No, that's why I said outside of having the freedom.
For me, it probably would be not having the expectations of having. I have the expectations of being the best for myself, but not having those expectations of having to take care of someone and me falling short of that.
That's real business. Yeah, it's real. What about you, man?
What's the question again?
What is a joy of not having children outside of your freedom?
Okay. I think my joy of not having children is being the example of an option. I like the fact when, you know, I work with different kids or do different programs, like, oh, Ariel, you dress so cool. Or, oh, but for me, it's like, you have another option, sweetheart. Like, you don't have to go from high school to get in with your high school sweetheart to getting pregnant to having 3 kids. It's so many more options. It's so many more options. And if you don't have anybody in your life to be the example, I'll be the example.
I love that.
Yeah, that's live. I like that too.
So I'm gonna conclude by myself. I am a father.
Come on.
I am a father of 2. So the biggest joy that I had and what I realized is my son and daughter don't look judgment on me. They love me for who I am and what I do for them and how I help them learn this world. So that's my biggest joy in regards to this. So I just want to take the time and I want to appreciate everybody for coming tuning in today. I appreciate y'all for being here. Y'all were great guests. And y'all did
This is so
everything
fun.
for me.
Yeah,
So I'm glad y'all enjoyed yourself. So go ahead and promote yourself, promote your business, whatever you got going. Go ahead.
Yes, for sure. Hey, you guys, again, thanks so much for listening. My name is Ariel Underwood. It's Ariel. I'm an upcoming director here in Cincinnati. I just finished my first feature film. I'm really excited about it. We just sold out 3 plays last year that we're now going on tour. So I'm just really excited about it. I'm big on just pushing content. My company is called Welcome to Brooksville, Brooksville LLC. We do film and content. And yeah, I'm just here to be an example. I just want to be the change that I want to see. And that's big for me. I just want people
Tell me your hashtag too.
Oh, hashtag, it's Ariel at Instagram. it's the social light, y'all. It's real bright here, okay? They got us on Beyonce in here. Do you hear me?
Louder sounds.
Okay, period.
Yeah.
But yes, please go and follow us. We are Welcome to Brooksville on Facebook, Ariel Underwood on Facebook, and look out for your girl.
Go ahead, Alexis.
Again, it's Alexis Peach Cobb. I'm not allowed to say my real name, but you know, all my handles. No, Little Yvonne won't let me say my real name. My name is Peach Cobb. That is my name. Reason I am Peach Cobb is because I am Alexis Scratch Eats. That is SCRATCH EATZ. I am a private dining, not even consultant, but I do all your private dining needs. I'm a personal chef. I do catering, upscale catering, so all of your food needs, I am where you need to be. And again, if you type in Scratch Eats, all 4, both personal and business, will pop up on IG and Facebook.
Go ahead, Justo.
You already know, man. Jacob's Guys vs. I Say Less Louder. Man, listen, Louder Sound Studio, we always open, man. You know, we got rates going. We doing it for the culture, RSOTA. I'm the manager host there, so y'all know y'all can always catch me in and out of there. But yeah, man, we just building the culture. No matter what it is, we trying to build this culture and put gas on it. You know what I mean? Not everybody has the ability to, you know, tap into the streets and also tap into the other side. You know what I'm saying? The more corporate side. So just being able to be blessed and have favor to do that, man. We taking this to the next level, man.
For sure.
Taking it to the next level.
Black fathers.
Shout out my boy Will, man. Shout out all the fathers.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We hold it down, man. Keep holding it down. Keep your head up, black man. And if you're going through some shit, man, mental health is important.
Sure.
Make sure you handle it. Please.
Sure.
My brother, go ahead, bro.
Tone. You can catch me on Instagram, CoolTone21. Queen City Realtors Fish Company. You know what I'm saying? Bring the little ones out. We teach them how to fish.
That's
I love that.
That's
The whole
good.
time I
That's
thought he
what's
was frying fish.
I did too. I thought it was a restaurant.
They do fishing.
Tap in though with my boy Big Glenn on Facebook.
For sure.
My
Shout out to Big Glenn.
mentoring program.
Yeah.
Looking out for the little ones
Yeah.
on this one, you know what I'm saying? We trying to build this village. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's dope.
Tap in with the Mashari mentoring program on Facebook. Big Glenn Taylor. You know what I'm saying?
And he's a beard specialist as well.
Yep, and he got the beard oil.
Beard oils, the hair oils, and all that. So
Tap in with week 3 family support services, you know what I'm saying? They helping women and families, you know what I'm saying, pretty much get food, whatever they need, clothes, you know what I'm saying, out here. So it's a lot of things going on right now, man. Y'all just need to tap in. We got y'all back for sure.
For sure.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope.
I'm coming to fish.
and I just
Yeah,
want
you feel me?
My son would have done it.
That's dope.
I got y'all.
What?
So, and I am Will West the best. I am the creator of content. I appreciate everybody's here, people to support me. I am also the owner of Pleasure is Mine Cigar Lounge. I do sell cigars. If you need sticks, I got you. So just hit me up. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Will West the Best is my name. And I appreciate everybody tuning in for men versus truth versus women. I appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all.
Louder.
Sure.
Louder sounds, y'all.
You get it? You get it? You
Turn up.
Yes, Lord.
The fall